Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard British Airways. My name is Erica, and I am the purser for this flight. Joining me today are my fellow crew members, Alex, Mia, and Liam. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, the buckle.
Starting engine number 1.
Your seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Next, note. Laptops or larger devices should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. For assisting others, your life vest is located under your seat or between the seats. To put it on, pull it over your head, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. The safety information card contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
2 good starts confirmed, clear to disconnect.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Parking brake. Disengaged. Beginning taxi. Hi Erica, we're back taxiing down the runway. We're first in line for departure, and we'll be airborne in the next 2 minutes or so.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently preparing for departure and will be taking off shortly. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened and your seat backs are in the upright position.
Contact ground 121.6. Rocket 3 to 4.
Tower, Speedbird, 2159, runway 10, ready for departure.
Speedbird 2159er heavy, runway 10, wind 090 at 19er, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10, cleared for takeoff. Speedbird 2159er.
Stable. Toga. Airspeed's alive. Knots. Thrust hold.
V1.
There's rotate.
Cirrus 617, JJ, Hewanorra Tower, contact departure.
Cirrus Juliana, good day.
Nora, contact ground on 121.6.
Going to 121.6. Thank you. Good night.
Speedbird 2159er, contact departure on 119.8.
Switching to departure on 119.8. Speedbird 2159er. Speedbird 2159er, afternoon. We're climbing through 1000.
Speedbird 2159er heavy, St Lucia departure, radar contact. Climb 4000, turn right heading 310, vectors to beanpole, then as filed.
Climbing to 4000, right turn heading 310, vectors to beanpole, then as filed. Speedbird 2159er heavy.
Speedbird 2159er, climb flight level 210.
Climbing flight level 210, Speedbird 2159er.
What's the heading, please?
Piper Echo Lima, cleared for expedited straight-in approach to runway 13. Descend altitude 1,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Cleared 1/3 to 1,000 feet, QNH1 to runway 13, Golf Echo Lima. You're going to have to give me a QDM to the field. I'm in difficulty here.
Dear guests, the lavatories are now available for use. You may also use your approved electronic devices on flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly, so please sit back and relax. Thank you.
Autopilot.
Speedbird 2159er, climb flight level 320.
Climbing flight level 320, Speedbird 2159er.
Speedbird 2158, contact Hewanorra Tower on 118.3.
Hewanorra Tower, Speedbird 2158, turning on to final.
Speedbird 2159er, PRCO Center identified. Good afternoon.
Hi, Erica. I'm going to go ahead and extinguish the fasten seatbelt signs.
Okay, Captain, I will inform the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has been turned off. You may now move about the cabin. Please keep your seatbelt fastened while seated. Thank you.
Center, Dominica 767, like clearance to Princess Juliana. I'll have your clearance in just a second. Speedbird, departure runway 9, initial climb to 5,000, contact departure 121.0, squawk 5244, Dominica 767. Center, Tower 5385 Juliet, can I get a weather report?
Hi, Erica. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt signs again because of some turbulence we've encountered. You can continue the cabin service at your own discretion.
Okay, Captain, I will
Center,
inform
good
the
morning. This
cabin
is
crew
French
and ensure
4355,
passengers are aware of
currently
the seatbelt
at
sign
the ramp, St Charles Airport, looking for IFR clearance to Tango Bravo, Papa Bravo. Thank you.
Hi, Erica. We've reached our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet. It's about 15 minutes before we start our descent into St Maarten. We'll be passing over the islands of Dominica, Pointe-à-Pitre, Antigua, and Barbuda, and then making our way off to the west before turning back east and landing on runway 10 at Princess Juliana. I'll provide some additional information regarding our arrival a little bit later. For now, I can pass along some weather information that may be of interest to our passengers. Temperatures On the ground in St Maarten are 28 degrees Celsius. Few clouds at 1,700 feet, and looks like clear sailing. So I'm going to go ahead and extinguish the fastest seatbelt signs again, and please do continue the great service.
Okay, Captain, I will inform the passengers about the cruising altitude and the
Charles
upcoming
Center with a
descent.
Kilo 126 with you, over in IFR.
Continues with the service, 32,000 feet. We expect to begin our descent into St Maarten in about 15 minutes. The temperature on the ground is currently 28 degrees Celsius, with clear skies and a few clouds at 1,700 feet. Thank you for your continued cooperation, and our cabin crew will be around shortly to offer you refreshments.
Speedbird 2159er, I'll have you descending in about 10 minutes.
You've got the comms, Marsh.
Hi, Erica. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the fastest seatbelt signs again, and I'm afraid they'll have to remain on for the rest of our flight because we are about 10 minutes away from beginning our descent, and looks like we're going to continue to encounter these pockets of uneven air as we pass over these islands.
Okay, Captain, I will inform the passengers about the seatbelt sign being turned back on in the upcoming descent. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned the seatbelt sign back on due to some turbulence we are encountering. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts. We expect to begin our descent in about 10 minutes. Thank you for your cooperation.
Princess Juliana approach on 128.95, Caribbean 105. Bye-bye.
Control Air France 601, we are ready to start our descent.
Marsh, First Officer Nigel, would you like anything to drink or a small snack? If you look a bit more awake in a minute, that's my doing.
Nigel, Eric is asking if we'd like anything to drink. Are you thirsty?
No thanks, Marsh. I'm good for now.
Eric, nothing for the first officer, but you can bring me a Coke, please.
Okay, Captain, I will bring your coat right away.
Thanks so much.
Direct back to flight level 330, Easy 78 Echo Whiskey.
Speedbird 2159er, whenever you'd like to send, flight level 230.
Beginning descent to flight level 230 at our discretion. Speedbird 2159er. Hi, Erica, we've begun our descent and we should be on the ground in approximately 22 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our descent and we expect to be on the ground in approximately
Looks like it's going to be pretty bumpy all the way down to St. Maarten, so go ahead and plan to keep everyone seated, and you can wrap up the service and start preparing the cabin.
Understood, Captain. I will wrap up the service and ensure everyone remains seated.
DHL 317 on stand 10, requested push and start.
During our dispersal, we will be wrapping up the service shortly. Thank you for your understanding.
The ARCO Center for Speedbird 2159er, what is the transition altitude in St. Maarten?
Speedbird 2159er, transition level is flight level 60 at St. Maarten.
Confirmed flight level 60 transition level in St. Maarten. Speedbird 2159er, thanks for your help.
I've got the comms, Marsh.
Auto brake set to 4.
Arco Center, Air Canada 954 requests IFR change to Tango Foxtrot Foxtrot Romeo.
The ARCO Center Speedbird 2159er leveled at flight level 230, requesting continued descent.
Descending to 2600, Speedbird 2159er.
Speedbird 2159er, contact the ARCO Center on 123.7.
Contacting Piarco Center on 123.7. Speedbird 2159er. Piarco Center, Speedbird 2159er. Good afternoon, descending from flight level 210 to 3000.
Speedbird 2159er, Piarco Center identified. Good afternoon. Speedbird 2159er, Piarco Center, turn left, heading 290 vectors for the RNAV runway 10 approach.
Piarco Center, good evening, Speedbird 2256 with you climbing flight level 200 from flight level 320.
Speedbird 2256, Piarco Center, climb flight level 370. Speedbird 2159er, contact Juliana approach on 128.905.
Switching to Juliana approach on 128.905. Speedbird 2159er. Speedbird 2159er, good afternoon, descending from flight level 150 to 3000.
Speedbird 2159er, heavy, Juliana approach identified, afternoon pilot. Expect the RNAV runway 10 approach into Juliana.
Expect RNAV runway 10 approach into Juliana. Speedbird 2159er, heavy.
Speedbird 2159er, turn right, heading 315.
Turning right, heading 315, Speedbird 2159er.
Zen 1, or correction, Juliana approach. Air Transat 284 requesting direct to Avaki. Direct to Avaki, and contact tower 118.7 for Air Transat 284.
$6,000 feet. Standard altimeter cleared.
Juliana approach, present, good afternoon. Baron November 45 to the hotel with you climbing to 700 feet, climbing to 1,500.
Speedbird 2159er, turn left heading 300.
Turning left heading 300, Speedbird 2159er.
Speedbird 2159er, heavy, 6 miles from Avaki. Turn right heading 045, descend altitude 2600 until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 10 approach.
Right heading 045, descend to 2600 until established. Cleared for the RNAV runway 10 approach. Speedbird 2159er.
Speedbird 2159er, contact Juliana Tower on 118.7.
Contacting Juliana Tower on 118.7. Speedbird 2159er. Juliana Tower, Speedbird 2159er, afternoon. We're established on the RNAV approach for runway 10.
Speedbird 2159er, heavy, Juliana Tower, roger, continue RNAV approach runway 10.
Juliana approach, United 42 with you, descending through flight level 090 for 2,000 feet.
United 42, contact Juliana Tower on 118.7.
Speedbird 2159er, heavy, Juliana Tower, wind 090 at Niner. Runway 10, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 10, Speedbird 2159er, heavy.
Radio altimeter.
Sunrise 3426, holding short of 10, ready to go.
You're down. Flaps 20. Autopilot disengaged. Flaps 30.
Good afternoon, Juliana. Ground plate is Alpha Zulu, request startup.
50 above. The start.
Land.
$500. $100. 50, 30, 20, 10.
Century flight 162.
Manual braking.
Speedbird 2159er, welcome to Juliana. Taxi to Terminal 1B1 at your discretion. Monitor this frequency.
Taxi to Terminal 1, Bravo 1 at our discretion, monitoring this frequency. Speedbird 2159er.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Princess Juliana International Airport in St Maarten. On behalf of Captain Marsh, First Officer Nigel, and the entire crew, we wish you a pleasant stay here. The local time is 1:48 p.m. For those of you with connecting flights, please note the following.
Ups up.
Flight BA 120 to London Heathrow, departing at 3 p.m. from Gate A2. Flight BA 230 to New York John F. Kennedy, departing at 3:15 p.m. from Gate B3. Thank you.
All right, Tower, that was a really close call. I think I'd like to discuss that near miss with someone.
Speedbird 2159er, please contact the airport administration for the tower's contact information.